most exciting session of the day, using it for the second time, which is my own session. It's like air time for me to give my general evaluators report. So I'll start by what I felt this group has, I wouldn't say club, this group or this area has done very well, and also to some tiny mini things that I think you guys can work on. So on the good things, I generally like the initiative of having a joint area meeting. It's very rare, I think, I'll hear about areas having joint area meeting. So I like the fact that it was a very nice initiative, and you had members from six clubs meeting together. So in a way, it's also it's a fellowship sort of thing, where you get to know about the other clubs and etc. So I felt like it was a very good initiative. And when I entered this room, I liked the label that was given to the role players that's placed in each of the seats. And you rarely see that in a club where the seating is like this. Because when you flip the table, it will fly off, so they usually don't have it. But I liked the fact that you guys had it. So it's sort of given, like, I kind of directed which role player should sit where, etc. And another thing that I would like to point out is, I liked how cohesive this meeting was, in terms of how I felt that each member helped one another, in terms of making sure the meeting was cohesive. Like how Shri stepped in to be the Toastmaster of the evening, and I felt like there were a lot of other instances where I could see that members were helping one another, and I felt that that's what Toastmasters are all about. We help one another, so I felt that there was a good initiative as well. And the way how the meeting was set up, the arrangement, the food, the pizza was good, I'm just saying. And then the way how everything was set up, it was very well done, very well planned, so I liked it. And now on to the things that I think you guys could improve, just tiny mini things. Number one, I really would have appreciated if the agenda was sent earlier, so I knew what was happening, etc. And already that you didn't have a physical agenda, we only had like a virtual agenda. It would have been better if the TME announced the changes in the agenda, or just took us on a quick glance through of what's happening the whole day about the agenda. Moving on, the word of the day. I felt that it's good that you have it here, but it's written in a very small and cursive font. So I'm not sure if people at the back can see the word of the day. So maybe that was the reason why the grandparent didn't want anyone using the word of the day as well. So in the future, you might want to write it like extremely big. Or another thing is you can just write it on a piece of paper and paste it at the back. So what happens is, as a speaker, when you're speaking, you don't look there, right? You're looking in front. So if the word is there, maybe that would encourage the speakers to use the word of the day. And in the beginning of the SA, when you're passing the floor, is the SA here? Alright, so when you're passing the floor, I think you could have just knocked it once and then mentioned all the ground rules and then passed it to the organizing chair. So it would look more professional in a way. So it's not very messy, like how it was done. Table topic master. I liked your topics that you used, but one thing that I would like you to do is, it's better if you explain the timing sequence before the session. And I don't think there was a need to explain what was table topics all about, because all of us are members, so it made sense. And I love the fact that Shri skipped the history, so I was like, yes, finally. Because every time when you go for meetings, you will hear the same person repeating the history over and over. So in this meeting, it was not required, so yes. So you could have explained the timing sequence. And the GE report form, right, this belongs to Subang Jaya Medical Center, right? Your club, isn't it? Is this? Yeah, it's on the file. I feel like this GE report form could be actually improved, because in the form all you see is, I'm just supposed to fill up who does what role. So I don't know where I'm supposed to write my feedback or anything. So it's like a checklist of who did what. So I think you guys can improve. And Subang Jaya Medical Center is supposed to be CNTRE, not CNTER. So it's like a big, it's like changing the whole club name as a whole. So center and center, wrong spelling. That's okay. Another thing, okay, when I saw the poster that Kenko sent me about the joint area meeting, I loved the theme, which was individually everyone is a drop, together we are ocean, but there were no initiative taken in this meeting to embrace the theme. So what could have done is maybe the TME, or even whoever is doing the president or opening address, you could have talked regarding the theme, because it's a very beautiful theme, and you really could have dwelt into the theme in a more higher depth sort of thing. Because it's kind of shame that you have a very nice theme and then you didn't really use it. So that could have been one of it. And also, yeah, like what I said, TME of the day, it would be better if you announce the changes in the agenda. And when you have the agenda and when someone is doing an advanced speech, it's better if you mention the advanced manual, because I think for Sharanjit's one, you just wrote there sales training speech, and I did not know which manual it was from. So if you wrote there, verbally in the agenda, if you wrote there what type of manual it's from, it would be easier. Because when you have advanced speeches, and when you want the general evaluator to read the notes of the evaluator, it's not in the directory as well, so you have to like Google it up and stuff. So it will help if you have what manual it's from, and then it would have made the general evaluator's life easier. In a way, it's not that hard, but I'm just saying. So all in all, that was my evaluation. I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. I felt that it was a very nice initiative of having a joint area meeting. And thank you so much for calling me here, Ken. And I really look forward to meet you guys soon again. So now I have to pass the floor to Advanced Communicator Silver. Now, Advanced